Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simcade League. We are live for round 5 of the GT7 League. Tonight we have the Swifts, and then followed by the GT3s after that. I'm joined in the commentary box with V2. How are you?
I'm fine, and you? How are you?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm pretty good. I have to say my backside is now a little bit more comfy because I got my new chair. Thanks to GT Omega. Not a sponsor video, but thank you. But it's very comfy. So yeah, my rear end is being saved.
But did you buy a chair or a rig? I didn't get it.
No, right, so I had the rig. I have the ART rig, and then I hooked up my chair to it. But my chair was like really low. And then when you lose the ability to lean, you sort of, because you sort of sit back in the back arch of the chair, don't you? So I lost the ability to do that. But now I've gained a comfier chair. So yeah.
Yeah. I totally get you. Yeah.
It
was a nice upgrade when I got mine.
The RS9 is the sweet spot of comfy chairs, I have to say.
I don't know which one that is. I don't know which one I got, to be honest. I got one that I liked.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's comfort, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm a bit looking forward to Jesus. Actually, I really wanted to race this week because I enjoyed it last week quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, race was fun from what I could tell because we didn't have a stream last week. But yeah, I should have joined the lobby to spectate a little bit. But yeah, it was. I don't know. That track is interesting to me. I enjoy that track a lot. So I was kind of. I know. I'm kind of a little bit jealous to not be racing this season. But yeah, my decision. So I'll just have to stick to the sidelines and commentate.
Well, you see, I think the game of they fixed the lobby issues. The reason why we didn't stream last week is because we had massive lobby glitching. Yeah. But the recent patch at the last week seems to have cleared that up, which is great because it was sort of really unwatchable. So yeah, hello Dan, Suzuki things. Yeah. These little Suzuki Swifts, the GR4s, and you know what? They are actually a barrel of laughs to drive. They are fantastic little nippy things to drive.
Yeah, I just driven them a little bit for fun. I didn't went to the extent of learning how to drive them properly through a track. But from the little races that I did with Fenton and Ninja, it was really fun.
Yeah, they are. I have to say they are pretty much. They are fun.
Yeah.
Just flicking through the cameras. Just gonna take you through a quick run through the grid in a second. Obviously, when we get things. Hello, Yuki. Nice to have you back. Never watched a GT7 stream. Do you know what? It's a game that last season and this season prior, I really hated. I didn't like the mechanics of the game. I know hate's such a strong word, and I don't like using hate. But it just didn't feel as good as GT Sport did. And I think it took a while to transition across. And yeah, so last week I raced and actually fell back in love with it a bit.
Yeah, but I understand where you're coming from when you're comparing it to the GT Sport. The game was released with a lot of issues. So and that's why the game was dropped from the FIA official competitions, esports stuff, I think. So
is it still at the moment dropped?
I think so. Yeah, I think maybe next year they might be considering to pick up the game. But at the moment, the product and even the Polyphony Digital admitted that the game wasn't up to their standards as well. So there was a lot of issues with the game. Yeah,
it's a shame, isn't it? Really.
It is.
For such a beautiful looking game, like me and Lance were talking about it a couple of weeks ago. For such a beautiful looking game, it just let itself down. But hopefully this new patch that they brought out sort of fixes a lot of streaming issues and lobby issues. So yes, let's hope anyway. So we got a few loves in the chat already. What was Ninja doing? I have no idea. Just went straight on, tried to kill himself. This is the SIA now. Yes, so V2, I believe you yesterday. So I rewatched the stream back of the ACC. I believe you have made up a new governing body, the Simcade SIA.
The SIA, yeah.
Yeah, we dropped the FIA. It's now the SIA.
Simcade Investigative Association.
Yes.
Something. I think it was what Mitch named it. So It's here to stay.
I mean, I'm all for that. Yeah. So we've got some love for Craig from Kerry. Let's hope Craig goes to a race. He's been putting in a lot of practice, and since the wheel, I think he's up to his game.
Yeah, I was talking to him a little bit before we started today, and he's telling me that he's having fun with the wheel, a lot of fun. So I think it makes sense for him, and I think he's gonna, over time, show us a lot of results when he gets to grips with his G29.
Yeah. And for an entry-level steering wheel, it's the one to go for, isn't it? You've either show allegiance to Logitech or Thrustmaster for their basic belt-driven steering wheel. So he went for Logitech, and I think Gibbo's another one that's on a new G29. So
Yes,
G29 showing some love today.
Yeah, Logitech. I mean, those are pretty accessible wheels. I mean, you get like the whole package for 200. Sometimes less if you find a good deal.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
If you want to try out sim racing, stuff like that, and then after a while you can decide if you really want to get into it and upgrade to something a little bit better.
Yes, and then you start talking a lot of money, don't we?
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
You've been
I've
there,
thrown
done
a
that.
lot of money out the window just to get things just right how I want it. So yeah.
Definitely. So Yuki was the one that came up with the name for the SIA.
Oh, it was him. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
Yuki, my bad.
Okay.
I was not paying attention.
And so is GT7 still in the Olympic esports? Is there even such a thing?
There is an event right now with the esports event. I think the Olympic esports event up online in the game. I'm not sure if it's like an official competition that's gonna happen. I'm not informed.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. So we've got a few laps coming in so far. So Fenton set the pace of the 1:15.6.
Is this quali already?
This is quali. Yes. This.
Okay. So I saw Lance do a 14.9. So
In
yeah,
practice.
he still got in practice. So he still has more.
That is,
I did a 15.6, but yeah, I haven't been practicing, so I can still go faster. I think so. If I can, he can, for sure.
A lot of love for Lance's livery as well for Craig. Very sad passing of a wonderful driver.
Yeah, very sad
Very
to hear.
sad, yeah.
It's been kind of like a trend, this kind of news lately, and yeah, I think Lance is always on top of the situation and getting some tribute liveries out there, so it's nice to see.
He is indeed. As Lance goes 3/10 quicker than 1:15.3, so the pace is picking up on track. Behind him, 7/10 behind, just set another faster lap, but not as fast as Lance will. So just to run you through the sort of grid, it is the usual suspects here at Simcade with Lance, Will, Ninja, Mitch, Jack, Craig, Mikey and Giggity are the 8 drivers that we have on track. Bit of a low grid today. There would have been, I think, myself and maybe a few others, but we got Hip as well. Yeah, I did say Hip, didn't I?
And golf.
Golf, yes, at the back bottom of the grid. Yes. They're all just coming out the pits. There's 11. Apologies. There's Gibbo as well. Setting actually quite a nice pace, to be fair, as Gibbo there for his first go on the wheel.
Yeah, he was struggling to get into the 15s in practice, but I mean, it's a new endeavor for him, so he's probably got more to show. He just has to practice a little bit more.
Yeah, and obviously he's a big show for the F1, isn't he? He's got great pace in F1. So all you can say is improvements from the boys that are training on the wheel. It does take a while to get used to, I have to say.
I mean, it's not the same as driving in the controller, right? So
No. With the controller, you've got the new PS5 controllers. You've got a lot more feel and everything, but you've got less. I don't know, like your angles are a bit less, and it's a bit very just left and right, isn't it? You haven't got much movement. But there's a lot of time. We're not going anywhere, so these guys have got plenty of time to practice. Yes, Kerry Craig is on the wheel.
Golf is actually having a good time. He did a 16.6, so he's just 3/100 of a second behind Will at the moment.
He's obviously looking for some good results up in his form. Really, his golf. I know he's been sort of struggling. He has had a brake pedal issue. Sheared a brake pedal, which I don't know how you've managed this Fanatec. So yeah, he was struggling. By the way, AJ commented on your fire suit yesterday, and you need to work on that. Fire suit?
Fire suit. I think he means your race suit.
Race suit. What, in GT or on ACC? I don't know. Maybe you can clarify that for us.
Maybe it's ACT because he was watching the race, and I was on board with you for a while. So
whatever it is, I'm sure I'll get to
ACT.
it. Yeah, I don't even know. Can you even edit your ACC race suits? Can you?
I think so. I think you can.
That's literally news to me. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to things.
And the helmet as well.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I love your livery in ACC.
The Spider-Man, yeah. Right,
yeah.
so I haven't had time to do. The only thing that disappoints me is the fact that it's Red Bull and it says Verstappen racing underneath it. That's the only thing I don't like. But I will be doing my own when I get a chance. So there will be something coming. So guys, watch out for that as well. You'll definitely see me coming with what I have planned.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, well, so you should. You know, it's going to be nothing but the best for Simcade, isn't it? You know. So Ninja's put himself into P4, 3/10 behind, very, very close. Is the grid so far, all within 3/10 of each other. Really, it's set at 116.5. As we are coming to, actually, how long do you even know who's left in the session? I don't think we get that information, do we?
Who is left in the session?
How long's left in the session?
How long? Oh,
yeah.
We don't know. If it's 10 minutes, it's 2 minutes left right now. If it's 15, it's 7 minutes.
So we just.
But I think it's 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's 10 minutes. So you have it on your lower left. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, race suits in the UK. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, we are hoping that Craig is a lot better on controller than he is on wheel. Actually, on wheel as he is on control. Sorry, he is better. We saw him race a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, in GT7? And do you know what? He actually impressed me, which was great. I missed that commentating because I was in London, but he did impress me, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been driving for a long time, so.
Yeah,
they are showing improvements. That's just what it is. You know, the same way that I feel like Lance pushed me and I pushed Lance, the same happens with everybody.
Well, you see, this is what I was going to ask you next. Are you missing it?
Kinda. I'm also enjoying my vacation a lot, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be back next season as well.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna just sit back. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sit back, maybe one more season. But at the same time, as I'm watching and commentating, I miss it. You know, I know there are a couple of aliens now in ACC as well, and I wouldn't get the same results that I did last season, but I still sometimes miss racing, of course.
Are you enjoying the commentating as much as you were the racing? Or are you happy that doing what you're doing? Is it something?
Of course I am. I enjoy watching racing as much as I do enjoy racing as well myself. So I'm having a good time.
Good.
And that's what's most important. So I'm enjoying my vacation.
We do miss you on track though, I have to say.
Yeah, I'll come back eventually. Don't worry. I'll be here to at least try to mess with Lance.
Yeah, mess with him. Expecting a bit better from Giggity. I know that he put up a great performance last week. Obviously, just taking his time. He's another one of our new GT7 drivers that's joined us.
Yeah, I think he can do a little bit better, but
massive slide
it's
there.
A wheel, so he's probably still not. Oh, Giggity not Gibbo. Sorry, I thought it was Gibbo. My bad. Who is Giggity though?
He's one of the new drivers that's joined us.
Oh, okay. I have a feeling that he's someone we know. Because I remember commentating Laguna Second. Someone told me, but it's not Mons. Mons has a weird nickname.
No, it's not. Mons is still Mons in here, isn't he?
Maybe he's just a friend of Mons. I'm confusing.
Maybe. That does look like that is the end of qualifying, actually, as we've been talking that much and get that engrossed in the conversation. I think Lance is still on a fast lap at the moment. He's just coming around the last corner, so we'll see what he can post. It does look very quick, doesn't he?
it does. Not sure if he's gonna improve. Maybe it's no.
No, it's
improvement.
2 tenths off.
But it's still pretty fast time. A 15.2. He did a 14.9 during practice. So, and probably during the race he's going to go pretty fast as well. So,
yeah,
very solid time. So in P2 we have Golf Maniac with 16.1. He's not improved. Not going to improve this lap because he had a penalty. Oh, he already finished.
Well, I'll just run them through the grid really quickly whilst I can see everybody in the lobby. Setting the fastest lap of qualifying was 1:15.292 was Lance, followed by Golf, Will Smith behind him, Ninja P4, Gibbo, Jack, Hip, Mitch, Craig, and Mikey ran up the top 10 with P11 going to Giggity. So yeah, has anybody? Did you see the trailer for F123 today?
I did see the trailer, and it looks very good. To be honest, I wasn't expecting it. Even the 3D models of the drivers, it's crazy. I was looking at Charles, and I'm like, what the hell? EA stepped it up a little bit.
Are they not real?
I think Verstappen was real. I think that was real footage, of course, but I think Charles was an in-game 3D model.
Oh, right, okay. As we're just rolling start now for the Swifts, isn't it?
Yeah, rolling start, no breaks.
Will you be pre-ordering it, or will you be getting it on release day?
I will probably get it on release, but not sure on which platform. I'm still wondering about that.
Okay, and we are away for the Swifts race as Fenton takes a wonderful line down to the straight. With this rolling start, everybody just starts in a straight line, so the key is getting the slipstream and who's later on the brakes. However, they all have been told to try and keep it as nice as they can for turn 1, as everybody seems to get through as clean as you can be, really, don't they?
Yeah, pretty nice. Further down the order, Mitch had to go a little bit wide. I think Hip maybe made a move on the inside. I'm not sure which position both of them started in, but still, everyone got away clean. No incidents. First lap so far.
No, it looks like Ninja's been put under pressure, and I think a few of the guys behind him as well. There is just one massive train as Mitch picks up the first half-second penalty, which is pretty disappointing. But he is all over the back of Hip.
Yeah, but it's gonna hurt first lap, because everyone is still bunched up, so he's probably gonna lose a position or two. Because the penalty line, I believe, is in that same straight that he got the penalty in. So
yes, it is. Yeah.
It's kind of gonna hurt. Yeah.
So just to answer questions, I think. How long's the race? 20-minute race for the Swifts, and then 20-minute for the GR3s after.
Oh, right. You're doing GR3 now. Oh,
yes,
GT3.
I believe they scrapped the reverse grid as the front 3 are being. Well, I think Lance is just getting away, but you seem to have a bit of a group of Golf, Will Smith, Ninja, and going wide there at the back was Gibbo.
Gibbo, I don't know exactly what happened, but it was a very weird incident there. Very unfortunate.
I don't think that one sort of went the way they would like it to do. Is now dropped down to P7, and the chase is on. That's now brought Jack into the fold as well. So yeah, they're really pushing these 4 guys that are in a bit of a chain. Yeah. I think we've lost. Craig seems to be just losing touch a bit with Mikey, but Mikey and Mitch are in a little side-by-side battle. Who's going to come out best on that one? Looks like Mitch is just holding the line there. And Craig is being harassed by Giggity as well.
Yeah. Yes, he is. He's just 3 tenths away from Giggity at the moment. He gained a little bit now, but he's struggling a little bit, I think.
Mikey
taking the pressure.
Mikey taking a tighter line into that. Into what is the, I don't know, near the end of the lap. It's so when you cut half of a circuit, it makes it so difficult to know where you are, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Even when I was in the practice lobby, I went out for a lap or 2, and it was very weird to get out of the pits, and then it's just a hard right, almost. It's so weird. Not used to it.
No, and it's a like a funny hairpin, isn't it? Those yellow flags somewhere. I'm not quite sure. Is that further down the grid? Have we lost?
I'm not sure who it was, but I don't see anyone. Yeah, I don't see any incidents. So
Ninja and Jack are going toe to toe at the moment, just before they go into the back straight. They are.
Now Jack is going to take that slipstream, and Ninja is going to be forced to defend. I'm not sure if he's able to make a move now.
Yep.
But he's very close.
He is. Yes, just to sort of, I will apologise now for the weird camera angles. GT7's camera selection is not as refined as like you don't get like an ACC. You get like thousands of camera angles, don't you?
Yeah.
But this is a bit like F1, but I'd say there's 2 wheels there for Ninja as well as it hits the sausage curve there just before the chicane. You don't get the selective camera angles. You just sort of get this weird chase cam, which is okay, but it just sometimes doesn't like randomize that great.
Yeah, we needed a helicam for Gran Turismo or something like that.
You get part of it. Like now at the moment, I've got like a really backdrop camera, but it's not the best.
Yeah.
But
ACC
for what it is
very. You have very many cameras you can choose from, so you have a big choice of cameras.
All late on the brakes there from Will, who seems to have dropped down to P7. I think he was the one that had the issue, was Will.
I think so, yeah. And Jack is getting closer to Ninja, actually.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at this train from hip backwards. Well, actually, it's from Mitch backwards, really. Yeah, Jack and Ninja still going toe-to-toe. We'll stay on board with them two because they are the closest people on the grid at the moment. They're trading tyre track times. So, yeah, they are keeping each other true. I believe these Swifts, there's less to... everybody's sort of very even, aren't they? Well, in fact, everybody's dead even, you know, unless somebody's taken off a layer of paint and, lost a couple of grams. But I think everybody is pretty much across the bar even. So when it comes to finding braking points, and you've just literally got to try and pick away and keep pushing lap by lap, a bit more confident with yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. And these cars have crazy acceleration as well, so it's just, maybe take a wider line through corners and then just pick up on the accelerator as soon as you can, because they are crazy fast coming out of corners.
Yes.
It's really fun to drive these cars. Really,
they
really
are,
fun.
yeah. There are loads of wheel spin there from Jack. It's just in the on-top camera. I can go on board with them, but I can go on the inside. Look at the wonderful air vents that the Swift has to offer. As Ninja takes a really strange wide line there. I think that's more like the F1 line, isn't it? Going as far out, and as Jack's going to take a dive up the inside. No, he thinks otherwise. Oh, but I think Ninja brake late, and they are.
And now they're side
by side. Some fantastic racing by the two of them. They're going to come up the hill, still side by side. Who's going to come out the better? Ninja's going to have the tighter line for this right-handers. They're hard braking.
He still has the insides. Took a lot of curb there, but manages to keep the position.
It did, yeah. I don't. What is this game like? As Hips picked up a penalty there in the background that I just seen. What's the keyboard bindings like for this camera style? Does it seem to shuffle better back through them, if that makes sense?
I mean, if you want to go to specific drivers, you can use the number keys for switching through them.
Yep.
But to switch cameras itself, I mean, only if you want to go from the TV camera to the cockpit camera and stuff like that.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, I have to flick through them, don't I?
Yeah.
And it's pretty. It's not very looking great, is it?
Yeah, it looks kind of weird, kind of funky. In the meantime, Lance is like 5 seconds away from the rest of the pack. He has
pulled out a fantastic lead so far. Golf is holding fantastically in P2, holding his own, really, isn't he?
Yep, he is.
That brake pedal's obviously doing something good for him.
Yeah, kind of in no man's land as well. No pressure from behind. And in the meantime, Jack is again lost a little bit of ground to Ninja, but he's still keeping close. And we still have 13 minutes to go, so there's a lot of time to challenge for P3.
A lot of racing still to be had here. You said I'm going to need more than a keyboard to keep this one going. Yeah, probably, you're right. Yeah. It's it absorbs your life, does this, to be fair, doesn't it? I don't know, from racing and from commentating, it takes up quite a bit of your life. But I enjoy it. I mean, I can talk forever. I mean, try me. I can talk forever. I'm surprised my wife hasn't, told me to shut up. But yeah. So, it doesn't bother me in the slightest, really. I could bridge gaps in conversations and then talking about racing, as it looks like Will's putting a bit of pressure on Hip now, looking for the bit of sort of pressure that you need to be putting on drivers when you're behind them is sort of braking late, getting in the mirrors, making yourself look big, making them aware that you're still there.
Yeah, but still, Hip is doing a good job of keeping me behind. I don't see the gap going down in the slightest. So, on the other hand, I think he's aware that Smith is there, and he's just pushing a little bit now to increase the gap to stay safe at P5.
Yeah, it needs a good result, doesn't he? Our very own senior man. He is the backbone of Simcade, I think, is Hip. He's just such a lovely guy.
Yeah, he is. He is. I still remember the trouble he gave me in Barcelona a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah,
we were doing GR3.
He's a wicked driver. I know he puts a lot of time and effort. He's dodging out of the way, trying to get rid of the slipstream of Will. He puts a lot of time and effort into his dailies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's doing a good job, though.
Yeah.
He's getting some nice results.
Just go on board with Will, see how closer he can get. And actually take an onboard lap of this sort of revised... there's a little touch the grass there.
I think Jack is going to make a move on Ninja. No, not yet. But they are very, very close. Jack is just 2/10 behind. Oh, and he goes a little bit wide.
I don't think the sausage curves give you as much grip here. Grief here, do they? Yeah, they're not as troublesome in like some of the.
Like Laguna Seca, for example.
Oh man, yeah, Laguna. What was the other one that I went? Spa. Sausage curves at Spa are lethal.
Yeah. I still hate Laguna because Laguna is like you go directly into the gravel. There's just into the sand. There's just no escaping that. If you touch the sausage curbs, it's pretty much game over.
It is, yeah. By the way, joke of the day has to go to Dan here. Is saying the Swift dominance is just killing the sport. Swifts everywhere. When we hit the GR3s, we will have quite a variety of cars, which will give us a good talking point because obviously this game does throw up a very wide variety of cars, and it looks like Hip has conceded that place to Will.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the onboard of that, and we don't have a replay, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that Smith had overtaken Hip. I didn't see it as well, and even with the replay, I couldn't catch it. So,
I mean, again, I can just talk for England, so that's probably my fault. Apologies.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it too much. But still, the closest battle I think on track is still Ninja and Jack.
Yeah, with a 10.7 second gap up front is Lance, who's pretty much has the whole straight to himself. He is a man on a mission. His lap times are extremely consistent. Every lap that he's done, apart from the start lap, has been in the 115s. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and he can still go to the 114s. Maybe he's just doesn't want to risk it, but he can do it. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Ooh, but he went
very
wide now,
wide there,
so
yeah.
I think that might be a penalty.
I don't know. We'll stick on board with it. No, I think there's not as much trick in the game with this one, is it? As Ninja still being harassed by Jack. Jack seems to love this game, doesn't he? It seems to be one of his favourite games.
Yeah, and since he's now putting more time into it, he's getting better. So yeah, I think this will make him happy in a way because he was having a hard time with not getting good results and always, watching the race because he spun or something like that, and it was not fun for him at the time. But I think he's having a lot of fun now.
He's been having a lot of trouble with his performances, and I think his morale has been quite low when it's been coming to gaming. But it'd be nice to see him up in the podiums, picking up the points, and having a great race. It's what we're about here, isn't it? Just having a good laugh and having a good race.
Yeah.
As Mikey has been booted from the lobby, I'm not quite sure why.
Maybe he left, and I think Mitch picked up a penalty. He's gonna serve it now. Oh, and the penalty line is in the main straight. Didn't notice that. Thought it was the back straight.
I thought it was the back straight.
Yeah, I think it's for this layout. In the main straight. Because in the regular one, it's in the back straight.
So we have got Craig at the back of the grid in P10 now, thanks to Mikey leaving. His delivery is just something else as well, and he's put a lot of time and effort into. That's Craig.
Craig always comes with the crazy liveries.
He does, yeah. If it was the Hulk, he's had a Batman, Batmobile car. Yeah, he's pretty wacky and wonderful. Is our Craig. The sponsors he has on there as well is something else, isn't it?
Let me see, Monster and what's on the side? What's the bunny on the side? I don't even know.
That's Sneak, isn't it? Sneak?
Yeah, I think so.
Sneak
yeah.
energy drink? It's another energy drink, isn't it? Is it Sneak?
He's missing Red Bull.
He is. I mean, anymore, and he just might as well be the energy drink.
And Smith has a penalty as well. He's gonna serve it now, coming across the finish line.
He is. I don't know if that's going to be troublesome for Hip. We'll see if he's going to get past. I think he had plenty of room there, didn't he, to be fair?
Yeah, he had 2 seconds to play with, so it's now down to 1.8 seconds, 1.7. But still plenty of space there.
I think also Jack seemed to have had an issue as well. He's backed off the back of Ninjas. That looks like that's been a penalty as well, because it looks kind of like a consistent 3 seconds behind. No, this is not a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It's a PS4 and PS5. It's a PlayStation exclusive. So
let's see for how long. Maybe it will come to PC one day.
Could you imagine?
I don't know.
The world's just going bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, they have been releasing a lot of games as exclusives on PC, so who knows?
Well, there's The Last of Us. Yeah, The Last of Us got released, didn't it?
Yeah, Uncharted and God of War and lots of games.
Oh, there's a wallop of the sausage curb there from Ninja.
From Will.
Oh, from Ninja as well. From Will, yeah. I'm loving that. To be fair, if this did come to PC, I think it would open up a lot more issues with crossplay.
I think so as well.
Yeah, it'd be one of the first PlayStation exclusive games to go to it, but also it would open up more opportunities for PC drivers that run like steering wheels, because obviously there's a lot more support for steering wheels on PC, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you want to play on consoles and PC, it's hard to get a wheel that works on all of them.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to make a compromise if you don't want to spend the money on either staying on consoles or just on PC.
And then you end up being a bit like HL, who's struggling for like it's so disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah,
for a product that you'd think could be straight away get compatibility, but it's just no.
Yeah, it seems like they have forgotten that wheel. It's so weird. No firmware updates, I think, since the wheel released. Very strange, but it is what it is.
Does look to me like Jack is reeling in Ninja again, so he has some pace, he's just unable to get past.
But he has a penalty though, a 1 second penalty. So he's gonna serve it now, and he's going to be further behind Ninja, which will leave him vulnerable to Smith, which is not that far behind. He's just 2 seconds behind. So a second in the main straight might mean being under pressure from Will.
A big harsh slowdown that you get from the game's penalty system. I think he just has enough time, maybe, unless Will's going to pull out on it. No, he just darts back.
Well, he was having a look.
He was, yeah. Could we be seeing...
Very close.
Could we be seeing Yuki on F1 and ACC because he has a laptop? That could be interesting. Oh, they get very close to these two. We'll just go on board with Will to see what it looks like from his point of view, as Jack does take a dip too wide and then draws the angle in, and it's allowing Will.
Now. Will side by side, and he says he made the move. I'm not sure, but he has the inside line, so...
Yeah, it looks like Will got that one done, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice move there from Will, nice and clean. It's just what he needs.
Yeah, unfortunate for Jack though. He was very close to Ninja, almost challenging for third position, but unfortunately all those penalties came back to bite him, I guess.
He does have the pace though, so...
Yeah, maybe we'll see more of him till the race ends, but it's just 2 minutes left, so it's gonna be just this lap and one more, I believe. So he has just 2 laps to make something happen.
But why does nobody have an Itasha livery? What's that mean?
Itachi, you mean
Itachi?
like...
Yeah, what's that?
From
Itasha?
Itasha. Oh, Itasha, I think it's that style of Japanese liveries that's very... I'm not even sure the word I'm looking for. But
Anime.
yeah, very anime and very
right.
You know, it's very in your face with a lot of colors, and
Is that where you get
the
girls on the front of the car? You know, the anime girls.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So if you'd have like jumped in last week, you'd have seen my livery for the GR3. I had a Dragon Ball Z livery for the GR3, and I have a Pokemon one for the Swifts. So I'm the man when it comes to anime liveries. I just don't know what that word is, so I do apologise.
But then, if you want to, you can always join us and show us your Itasha livery.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like if you've got the money to spend on GT7, then go out and do something. Yeah, because like I said, it's a great game.
Yeah, it is. I have a lot of fun playing the game.
As we're seeing Jack all over the back of Will, as we got, I think this lap and then the next, I believe. We'll just jump on with Lance. He's 14.6 seconds in the lead. He is a man on a mission.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is the final lap, actually. I think that when the timer runs out, the game calls final lap. So, I think Lance is on his final lap.
Oh, Dan does not have a PlayStation, so...
No PlayStation. No.
There is a solution to your problem here. You're just going to have to buy one and join us.
Yeah. Yep. They're back in stock now, so no need to pay double or triple through scalpers.
Yeah, and now eBay is the prices are lower than what they were. Lower than the actual PlayStation. So yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, he has an Xbox. Oh, he's a dirty Xbox player. Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Get out.
I'm kidding. Come and join us for F1 because that's obviously a crossplay. If you don't already. If you do, as Lance takes the checkered flag, nice weaving there down the main straight. As he takes up P1, 15.2 seconds in the lead from Golf, who's ran an absolute lonely but fantastic race as he takes to the checkered flag to take home that P2 there as well. With Ninja taking on P3, he did fend off from Jack and Will, of course. So there we go, he takes the P3 and the rest across the line are all in quick succession. I suspect, there wasn't much of a gap between them.
Yeah, something must have happened to Jack maybe, but Mitch challenging for 6th position.
Mitch and Gibbo
so
on the last. Oh, I mean, that was very, very close. As we see, Hip is the last one. Craig did unfortunately get lapped as Hip takes the checkered flag on the lead lap with Giggity as well on P9. It's just coming around the
across the line.
Chicane now. Down the hill, keeping it nice and tight, drifting the car out wide, having that foot to the floor, and he crosses the line to set P9. I don't think Dan liked our comments about the Xbox.
Yeah,
so
I don't think so.
Apologies.
Dan, I'm sorry, we were just joking. I swear. We don't discriminate.
No, definitely not. I'll just bring you through the grid really quickly. Oh, actually, I can't. Because it disappears, doesn't it? Oh, yes. That's a shame. Well, I know your top one was Lance. We will hear from Lance now. I'm pretty sure he'll join us in commentary. Just whilst we bridge the gap between the two sessions. So I'll go to the beer back. Oh, I have the wrong picture. Oh, no, I don't. Just wait for Lance to join us in the commentary box. He'll talk us through how that one went. I would suspect it's pretty plain sailing from himself. Really, as we just wait for the lobby to be set. Are they doing another lobby, or can you change it in-game now? You know?
You can change, but sometimes they just take it down and put it back up because of the lag issues.
Right, okay.
Just to be safe, so I'm not sure what they're doing.
Right, Lance in the podium, so I'll drag you down unless you...
Oh, yeah, let's go.
There we go. Then, welcome, Lance. Congratulations on P1. That seemed pretty plain sailing, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty good race for me. I just kind of managed to get into the rhythm and sail away. That's, yeah.
Yeah, just watching the scenery, the trees, waving to the marshals, seeing if everyone's okay.
Absorbing every ounce of the game.
Yeah, just making sure everyone's hydrated around,
Just chucking water bottles out of your car.
Absolutely.
Letting the weight out of the car. Well, I had said such a fantastic drive. You didn't get much airtime because there was quite a lot of battles behind. I'm guessing with this nice rolling start that you don't get the hassle of having 2 or 3 cars going dive bombing up the inside. It is quite plain sailing into turn 1, really.
Yeah, I mean, I did see Golf in the radar, and he did brake a slight bit later than me, but I had my kind of braking point pinned, so I just went for it. And after that, I was pretty much happy enough. Kind of drive off, you know. But yeah, it was kind of one of the more chill races, but I tried to regulate my pace because obviously I don't want to wear myself out for the Group 3 now next.
No, well, I have to say, like, we were looking at your pace, and you seemed pretty consistent in the 115s every single lap. Was, I think, pretty much in the 115, sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of a relatively easy track to kind of get consistent because there's easy points everywhere. It's a track I've driven before and in different series and stuff, so it's handy enough. It's easy enough to get consistent.
Is it confusing?
Well, first couple of laps, you kind of get caught. You're like, wait, why am I braking here? You know, but no, you get used to it. You can kind of treat it as a different track in your mind. You know.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, obviously we're on the full Barcelona track for the GR3s, so that'll be interesting. You have to make sure that you remember your braking zones and where you are on track and everything for that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going from a slower car to a faster car is definitely a bit of a skill to change from one to the other.
Nothing you haven't done before, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
You've been too nice. You've been too nice there, V2.
I wouldn't have it as easy if you were racing V2. I know that for sure.
Oh, you guys are gonna make me sick. You're gonna have to get a room, you two. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, AJ was asking me, and I do miss the bit of racing, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be back next season because I'm enjoying my vacation a lot. So we'll see. Maybe I'll keep you for company. If I see you maybe having too much success, I will come back.
Yeah. Put you back in your place.
Yeah.
I'm throwing pennies in the fountain anyway.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Lance. I'll let you get on with the your GR3 practice before we hit to qualifying. So thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations on P1.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you for the commentary, lads. Hope to see you again. All right.
Yeah. See you soon.
Yeah.
We'll go back up to the commentary box. There we go. So, Group 3s, I'll just put us back onto the, as we do have cars on the track already. As everybody's just slowly joining in. A couple of comments. Somebody who's watched World Online Racing, I've never seen any Xbox drivers being dirty. Oh, okay. Well,
that's actually true.
That's a positive there for you to try and get into... get a PS5 then, Dan, and show us how it's done. I'm joking. Golf wasn't expecting that, so he's ecstatic with that as well. So with this, we do have the pit stop in this, don't we? For the tyre change, I believe.
Yeah. I think so too. And the tires are still soft and mediums, right?
Oh, is it? I thought it was mediums and hards.
Maybe I'm just confusing with previous seasons of Simcade.
Maybe nobody currently is on any other tyres than the
on
mediums.
softs. Yeah.
Everybody's on mediums. So.
Yeah.
We've got Jack and that. Is it RCZ, the Peugeot, the what was the go-to car for GR3s at one point for the dailies, because the bop was so. It didn't take off anything, did it? It literally just left the car as it was. So
yeah, the weight was the same and the power was the same as well. I actually used that car many times. I think it was a daily race in Interlagos. I did like 30 races that week or something like that. I was just enjoying myself.
Yep. A lot. It's such a comfortable car to drive.
Yeah.
But I think it has been slightly nerfed now, hasn't it? It's not the best.
No, not anymore. It was killed.
Yeah.
Killed in action.
And then we've got Golf running the BMW. Oh, I'm going to say M4.
It's the M4, yes.
Yeah.
It's interesting choice of cars that I see. I see Craig with my car.
Yeah, the
what is he doing with a McLaren?
720.
I think it's the
670?
50?
650? I don't know. They've all got
yes.
so many numbers, haven't they?
Yeah,
And then you got
650.
Will is in the AMG Merc that you see quite often on ACC. It's such a fantastic car. It has such a great rumble of an engine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Such great. They've got Hip in the
Renault.
Renault. Yes, so this is what I believe Lance is running as well. So the two are running this.
Interesting.
It looks a very short, very compact car. It reminds me of an Alpine, really, doesn't it, on how short it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, they are the same make, pretty much.
What is Mikey running? What is this car? Can't tell
Mike,
what it
is this an?
Is it the Genesis? Oh,
it
no, it's
might be.
Is it the Aston Martin?
No, is it an Aston?
It looks like.
No, it's a Genesis. It's on the rear boot, so it's a Genesis. And you got Mitch again. He's in the wonderful AMG Mercedes with the Sky livery. He's doing some advertisement there. And yeah, Lance is in the wonderfully livered.
That livery.
Yeah, that's a Renault through and through, that isn't it?
Yeah.
And Ninja. This is a grid of AMGs.
Yeah. Like, we have 3 on track? 4? I think it's 3.
Three, yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the pits is Giggity, who's running the Supra. That now is the car to get, isn't it? The Supra.
Yep. The go-to car. Crazy top speed.
So, yes, Craig's livery looks similar to AJ's, does it?
Craig.
No.
Similar to AJ's.
Oh, what you mean in ACC? Maybe a little bit. Maybe.
No, I think yours is cooler in SEC. Sorry, Craig.
Yeah, he's put a lot of effort. He's put a lot of effort into that, but the game's ACC livery is way better, Craig. Sorry. Kidding. But it does look. Again, he's gone for the same sort of styling, hasn't he?
Yeah.
With RBL on the side. He's got combat stress. There's a few other things, but he's going far too quick. Yeah. He's going far too quick for me to read. So yeah. Dan, what do you not like? He doesn't like something, just Dan. Like the Sky livery more. So the Sky livery is the one that they use actually in ACC, but not in ACC, in GT3 races, isn't it? The Sky have their own teams, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the one. The one that Mitch is using.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, it looks such a nice, clean livery, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I love cars that have white in them.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think that's why it was random, but that's why I enjoyed the AlphaTauri so much in F1 that I kept using it even when we were not restricted to teams anymore because of the white.
Because it just looks so fresh and clean.
Yeah.
Mikey is running the Genesis. Not quite sure what Genesis it is. The rear wing looks very intricate, and
unique.
He's gone for some. Right, you should be quite fond of this this beer there, Super Bock. It's a great beer, a Super Bock.
Yeah. I asked Mikey if why did he have a Super Bock logo. I think what was the car he was using? I think it was the Honda.
Yep.
In previous seasons, and he also had a livery with Super Bock, and I asked him, and he said it's his favorite beer.
It is. I was around his last year, and he came out with these massive bottles of Super Bock, and it's such a great beer. I've been to Portugal as well and had it in Portugal. It's the best place to get it, really, isn't it? The only place to get it, but it's not.
I mean, if there are a few things that I can say that we have that are really good, and beer is one of them.
Yes,
Super Bock is also my favorite beer, and every time I go, I travel someplace else, I miss my beer. That's just what it is.
It is nice. I do enjoy it. It's nice. It has a lot. It's a lot more flavoursome than a lot of British beers. A lot more body to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to something that you shouldn't be drinking and driving. Let's on to the next one.
On the topic. By the way.
Yeah.
Drive safe.
Yes, always. Is that a GT only brand? What, Super Bock? No. You can put any livery on the car that you like. Put any stickers, anything that you can put in. I know it has a weird format, doesn't it? That you have to make it a certain format. But you can put anything you want onto the game. Anything.
You can. It's so wide and broad, the things you can bring into the game, that it's actually kind of a wonder why they still haven't done anything about it, because lots of trademarks,
trademarks,
copyright violations there. in the game.
He means the car, Genesis. No, I mean Genesis have a real car maker, and I don't think it's a.
Oh yeah.
I think the only ones
Not
that
a
are specific for GT7 is the Vision cars, aren't they? They are made up between the engineers envisioning the cars, I believe. But
Yeah. They bring in an engineer from a certain brand, and they create the car for the games. But still, that is a real car. It exists. I think.
Yeah. We are in qualifying here, aren't we? We've got to be.
I'm not sure if we are because I'm not getting the messages that they're setting times. So I think this is just practice, maybe.
Okay.
Is this quali already? I'm confused. I'm not sure.
We've got a couple of people in the pits. I mean, we'll find out in 45 seconds. I did just get a message there saying that HIP has set a purple sector.
Oh, interesting.
We were waiting on Gibbo 4 minutes ago.
Oh, is he in already?
He was buying tires.
He is.
He was buying tires. Is he? He is running.
Now.
Right, so he's in. So he's running the Porsche.
Yeah, he's leaving the pits now.
So we got everybody in now. We can get the lobby going.
I think it. Who is the host? I think it's Lance.
Lance, yep.
He's the one that get going.
So we'll give him the thumbs up.
There we go.
Long time that Renault still ran in the RRS1. Is it?
I think that car is very, very old. Yeah.
I wouldn't suspect it to be that old, really.
Yeah. I don't think they're using that car anymore.
Huh. I suspect it'd be more Alpine now, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Most of them,
correct.
yeah. They don't use. I guess Renault wouldn't make many factory-made cars. I'm guessing they'll have handed it over to Alpine.
And Lance is the first one out.
Oh, there is an incident there in the start of qualifying. There seems to be a bit of a tussle between Craig and Mitch. Somebody is diving on the brakes there.
They're all very bunched up. They need to give some space to each other, otherwise no one is going to be able to complete a lap further back.
So it's 2016 that last Renault was used, apparently. That Renault was last used.
Yeah. There you go.
To be fair, that's something that I lack the knowledge of. My F1 knowledge is pretty decent. My game knowledge of like GT3 and ACC and everything is okay. But my actual outside of what we do every week is pretty limited. Don't
worry, my knowledge is crap.
Yeah. Like, you know, you're talking about like it was a Cup or Nürburgring car, SPX Nürburgring car. I wouldn't have a clue what you're talking about. But I'll do my research and be top notch ready for you next time.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy Dodo when he commentates. He has very nice knowledge of F1 and F2. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my knowledge of F1 is pretty decent. But outside of that, yeah, it's pretty limited.
Yeah, mine is okay. I mean, I've been watching F1 for a long time, like since since '96, I think. That's more or less where I remember. Those are my earliest memories with F1. So.
Yeah, I mean, mine have been sort of maybe slightly earlier. Wouldn't say too much earlier, but me and Mikey sitting on the sofa or at my grand's house watching the F1. Yeah, I just love it. Still do.
I enjoyed the times of McLaren with that silver car.
Oh yeah.
It was David Coulthard, and at the time, at some point it was Mika Hakkinen, but it was someone else before, right? Was it Coulthard and who? I don't remember. I
remember Mika Hakkinen. No?
Yeah, but there was someone else before Mika.
I know Kimi was at McLaren for a bit, wasn't he?
Oh, I think it was Kimi after Mika. Because Mika won. I think he won the championship, and then he retired shortly after. Yeah. And then it was Kimi Räikkönen that went to. Yeah, that's it.
If we need NFL knowledge, let's hit Yuki up because he's pretty. Yeah, I have to say, to be fair, you post a lot in chat about NFL, and I wouldn't even know. All I know is that I had some sad news about the NHL, the hockey yesterday, as Rangers got knocked out of the playoffs. So sad news about that. And Dan's going to hold me to my up in my knowledge of GT3s and the Renault. Definitely, promise you. I'll know more than you. I'm joking. I probably won't. But
Lance is now coming through the hairpin and just turning into the chicane and shortly coming across the line, just in a few corners. And oh, there's no chicane here. Sorry, this is the layout with no chicane. So he's just now on the main straight, and he's setting a time of a 42.6.
142.6. Yeah, it's fast. That.
That's fast.
So this is what the new Barcelona's going to look like in F1, isn't it? They've taken out the chicane now. So they are looping around that last corner. But how it used to be, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yeah, that's the layout they had before.
Yeah.
The chicane was an introduction. I don't know exactly when they changed to the chicane, but I think it's nice that they're going back to that layout.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think the chicane brought anything into F1 apart from to slow the cars down before the main straight. But I didn't really. There wasn't an overtaking point. It didn't add anything to the races, so it was just a sort of a slight inconvenience to slow everybody down.
Yeah, and it created not a lot, but a few incidents just because to slow down the cars a lot, and sometimes they're just tussling for position and they end up touching each other, contact and all that. So
yeah, and if you watch our ACC race last week at Barcelona, just before the chicane, we'll show you how it's all done with cars going the opposite way and everything. So yeah, if you want to see how it's done, watch us because we nailed it.
True.
Yeah.
Some murders happening there.
Oh man, we are utter professionals here at Simcade, as you know. P2 currently sits with Will Smith, who in that AMG is loving life.
Yeah, he's at a 43.5, so he's not too far off from Lance's pace, just about 1 second behind, but it's still early in qualifying, so they can still set maybe 2-3 laps more. So we'll see how everyone goes.
It's a good question, that, Yuki. If we're getting enough people, are we going to do a sprint race weekend and the 3 rounds of qualifying? Now, the only thing I will say is if this ever does become full grid, which we pretty much had a full grid last week, I think it's time sensitive. Everything takes a long time, and full qualifying will take. I mean, if we were to do it like the pros do it, we'd probably do qualifying like either an hour before or the day before, and then go and come back. Maybe that's something we can look towards. Who knows? There's a bit of racing going on in qualifying with Giggity and Jack.
Ooh, tasty.
So yeah, we'll never know. Sprint race weekends. We did start off with sprint last season, didn't we? But it was a bit too short, and the format was weird, and tyres weren't lasting them what they were meant to. It was very, very strange. F1 seemed to have, I don't know, made that a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about the changes in last weekend.
Oh, last weekend was crazy.
Yeah. I didn't know about the changes, so I'm watching the thing, and I see free practice 1, and then I see the qualifying. I'm qualifying already. What's happening? And then I look at the schedule, and I see sprint shootout, and what is this?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but it makes sense in a way, because they were running qualifying, and then the guy that got pole position will get the Pirelli thing and sign the wheel and all that, and then qualifying actually didn't matter because qualifying was actually the sprint race.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good decision. It makes it a little bit more exciting as well.
It makes sense from a point of view that you can have no worries going into the sprint race, knowing that wherever you qualified in your actual qualifying is where you're actually going to start the race in. So from that point of view, yeah. I don't agree with the Friday qualifying because, like they were saying on stream, a lot of people are moaning because they're at work. I get that.
Yeah.
And it is a bit, nah.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know, for the drivers themselves, I think there was some complaints because FP1 is not enough for them to get it.
I mean, I think
used to the track.
A lot of the complaints really were just coming from Max. I think a lot of the other drivers, the mid to lower down drivers, are kind of happy with the mix-up and everything, are happy to do more physical competing, which is great for them, because I think some of the lower down teams prefer less time to hone in the car, because then it bridges the gap for the rest of them, doesn't it? If they can't set up their car, we can't set up our car, so it feels a bit more even.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. But I mean, of course Max would complain.
Well,
it's Max Verstappen, so...
Yeah.
And Lance is going 3 tenths faster than his previous time, which is a 42.1. So he's probably gonna get into the 41s if he doesn't do any mistakes through this hairpin.
We'll stay on board with him.
Yeah, I think this corner is very straightforward. You just take a lot of curb. You can even get the cones and still get away with it.
The cones don't move, do they? Do the cones move? The cones don't move, do they?
Yeah, they move. They move.
Oh, right, okay.
Move, yeah, you can just. Yeah, that's a 41.8. That's almost exactly 3 tenths.
It was really fast around here, that. Of course, Max would complain. Of course, he would.
Yeah, it's Max Verstappen, so I'm not surprised. I mean, nothing. I've got nothing against the guy, but I mean, his attitude sometimes.
Lance has just taken the Renault for a spin there.
It's fine. He's 1.2 seconds up on Will, so I think that's a pretty safe time. And this was going to be his final lap because we're almost approaching the 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
And qualifying is almost over, so this is Will's last chance to get close to Lance, but he's just 7/100ths of a second slower, and he spins. Ooh, I think he hit the barrier. Maybe not. I'm not sure from this angle.
I think he managed to just get away from that, which is good.
Yeah, but still, this was his final lap, so he's not going to improve for sure now, unfortunately. And Ninja is just 1/10 behind Smith, but I don't think he's improving on his time as well. So, not Ninja, sorry, Jack. I meant Jack.
Yeah, so everybody seems to be quite close, within sort of a couple of tenths. Then Mitch, I think, is the one that sort of drops slightly back.
Except for the alien, of course.
Oh, and Mikey's off the track at the last corner as well. I didn't need that.
And Jack is... What is this? I need a split to see, and we're gonna see it now. And
across the marker line is just before the hairpin, isn't it? Yeah, it's a second down.
Yeah, not gonna improve, unfortunately. Probably gonna say P2 unless P3, sorry, unless the Ninja can do something about it.
We'll stay on board with Ninja. He's just about to come into the up the hill at the moment. Oh, it's a massive slide. Yeah, there.
Ooh.
Does unsettle the car that very easily in this game, isn't it? The physics do very good real life. Oh, is it good touch wide there as well?
Which is kind of weird, you know, because this track is in many games, you know, and I've driven this track in multiple games, and everything feels different in each game. And the curbs is the thing that in Gran Turismo, if you take in this case for Barcelona, if you take the darker green parts of the curb, you're fine. But the light green parts of the curb, you're just losing time. Yeah. And the same is not true for ACC, for example. You can take those like, you know, forever. You can go wide on them. And Ninja drifting across the final corner to go into the gravel.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
and I think
improve.
Mitch picked up a half-second penalty as well, but obviously the line is after, so he will be able to finish the lap. I don't think the game invalidates qualifying laps, does it?
Yeah, I think it does.
Does? Oh, okay.
If you have a penalty, I don't think the time it's going to be valid. So.
Okay, well that does look like the qualifying is over.
I think so. Hip finished it. Golf as well, I think. Yeah, everyone is finished qualifying, so no more fast laps. And the order is set. The grid is set.
Does the Mazda RX Vision still exist on GT7?
Yes,
it does. Yes, but in our league we didn't allow them to use the Vision cars because it's just totally unfair. So we're running through the grid really quickly. So P1 pole position again goes to Lance at the 141.8, followed by Will Smith, Jack, Ninja, Mitch, Gibbo, Giggity, Mikey, and Craig. Managing to get himself over to P9 very nicely there, with Hip take a P10, and Golf seems to be struggling in the M6. It was M6, not the M4, so apologies there. So yeah, really struggling there. But
I don't know.
So from second down to what I'd say really fifth, very close, and then again everybody in the 144s there below as well. So the grid, and it is racing hards and racing mediums.
Yeah, there we go. And the rolling start as well. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yes, so actually, it was meant to be rolling start last week.
Actually, if we had grid starts, especially with the Swedes, I had some tech to share to do an OTC start.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually broken in that car because of the acceleration it has, and the wheel spin doesn't kill you that much. So if you can do it just right, if you can get the rotations just right, it's
Yep.
crazy the amount of speed you can get out of off the starting.
Oh,
It's actually
nice.
crazy. Yeah.
I don't know if
So,
anybody has spotted, but you can see my livery there for the Supra at the bottom there. I don't know if you can
oh,
see that.
there you go. There you go. Then you were
There you
asking.
go,
There you
down.
go.
So Yuki's excited for the Miami race this weekend. To be fair, I think I am. It's a spicier race than what Azerbaijan was this weekend.
I don't like that track.
Miami,
There's
you don't
something
like
about
it?
the track. Yeah,
Really?
that chicane and the corner after the chicane, it's so weird. That chicane, you're going up, but you're going to slow down, and then the track straightens as you're turning right. It's weird. It's very, very weird. I don't like that track. Neither in the game, neither in real life. I really don't enjoy that.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
a Miami hater there, Yuki. It's okay. Don't listen to him. We
I'm
love
sorry,
it. I
Yuki.
love it. As we just went for the start of the GL3 races here, we got Lance taking up P1, of course, is going to lead the cars away for another rolling start with the full circuit without the chicane. So as we hear the wonderful GT noises and the race is underway, and it does look like Ninja got a great start there behind Jack. It's looked like he's going to run for his money down into turn 1. That RCZ seems to be struggling. It looks like Will's going to go around the outside into turn 1 as well, as everybody's sort of bunched up. And there's a Porsche as well of Gibbo going steaming up the inside.
Little Ninja.
Did actually just check out Ninja there, and the Mikey gaining from that as well, with Golf still struggling in that. Was Giggity getting all sorts of sideways as well, as Lance seems to come out of that unscathed, and so does Jack seem to survive thanks to Gibbo making a diving move on Ninja, so Ninja will not be happy with that.
Very unfortunate because he was relegated to 6th position now.
Oh, and off the track there's Mike in the background. Oh,
yeah.
And then he glitched back to the track. Oh.
Maybe did it reset the position automatically? I don't know. Maybe that's it.
I don't know. Maybe
it was
it's
just
a server glitch. Yeah, a little bit of a lag. A lobby glitch. As everybody seems to be settling, and Ninja getting all sorts out of shape as well. The back there has been hunted down by Gibbo, so I think Gibbo it's been a bit oh yeah, on the edge there is Ninja.
Lost the rear a little bit there, but able to control it. And now Gibbo maybe trying to make a move on the outside. Oh no, he bumped Mikey, I think. Not sure, but it seemed like there was a little bit of contact there from Gibbo.
Yeah, we're just on board with Ninja at the moment, who seems to be struggling. Mike seems to have benefited from that by keeping it on the track. Ninja struggling with this Mercedes.
Yes, yeah, he's been struggling since the last couple of laps of qualifying.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly what's happening, but it's not like him, to be honest. I think he's one of the most consistent drivers on the grid.
Usually, yeah, he is. He's very consistent, very easy on the tyres, easy on the steering and the throttle. But yeah, he seems to be getting all that shape in the Mercedes.
Yeah, and Mitch has a penalty, half-second penalty, so he must have cut some corners somewhere. And once he gets to the back straight, if Mikey keeps up what he's doing, he's probably going to inherit that 4th position easily. He now goes very, very wide, taking a lot of that light green curve there. So I think Mikey's going to get the move done.
Yeah, it was up the inside there.
Corner.
Up the inside, nice on the brake in there for Mikey. Still going side by side with Mitch. Mitch not giving him, letting him get away with it, to be fair, yeah.
I think he's able to maintain the position, Mikey. So as we approach the penalty line, Mitch is unfortunately going to lose that position if Ninja keeps it on track with no incidents. He just has to stay close to get that P5.
So the penalty line for the full track is the back straight, right?
Yeah. He's going to slow down now.
Yeah, as we're going to see him ghost, and he's going to lose a few positions there as Ninja and Hip go around him, and Gibbo. No, it looks like he's going to go side by side with Hip as Gibbo gives a little a punt there to Hip as well, for good measure. So I think Gibbo's struggling with the changing cars. He's nice and tight with Mitch there.
Hippie was very used to the Porsche, I think. So I think it's a good idea from him to, you know, drive other cars. Oh, and Mitch had a little bit of a slide, not a little bit, a big slide there. Oh, and he was ghosted. Oh man, I flinched because I thought that Greg was going to hit Mitch.
I think that was a bit of a tap from Gibbo.
Yeah, I was not sure. From my perspective, it seemed like he touched the gravel a little bit, and that's why he spun.
And up the inside, can he get around the inside? He can't just before the break-ins on. It looked like Jack was going to make a move on Smith, but he didn't. He's taking tighter lines here, trying to sort of put Will off, and seeing if he can get past him and sort of put him under some a lot of pressure, to be fair. But it seems to be holding his line as Will.
Yeah, he is, but I mean, Jack is no slouch, and since he's been putting some more time into the game, I mean, it's showing. And Jack was always, you know, midfield or something like that. In just these 2 races, he's been P3 most of the time. So
I'm going to take you back here a bit, Vito. I don't know if you were with us at the time of this happening, but when we used to run GT Sport, me and Jack had some epic battles in the we ran a Mazda Cup. And we ran the minis. Me and him were literally fighting.
Interesting. I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
I wasn't with you at the time, so
see that.
I had no idea.
Sport was my forte. I was good at sport.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just never got to grips with this game, but I will. Don't you worry. Just as I will be knowledgeable in the Renault, I will be knowledgeable in this game as well, and I'll get better. I promise you. So just realised.
Jack making a move on the
inside.
He is. Oh, he was just looking, just having a look.
I think that Mercedes has a great straight line speed.
Yeah, it does, and it also has very good acceleration, at least off the line. I remember when Lance was using the Mercedes against my McLaren, I always had a hard time if it was a long run through to the first corner because, damn, that car just flies off the line.
It does, and up in front, a 5.5 second lead for Lance as well, so we'll be speaking to him. Again, these two are just finding different lines on the track, aren't they, Jack and Will?
Yes, and Jack is making Smith's life very hard at the moment, making him defend for his life, but he's doing a good job. Jack is having a hard time as well, trying to get around him. So let's see if he can do it now in the back straight, depending on the exit. I think he touched the dirt a little bit.
Don't forget, we obviously do have a pit stop in here as well, so that might throw up a couple of wild cards. Realize the heavy onto the brake in there for Jack. He gets very close to the back of Will's car, but manages. Is the Simcade logo required on the livery of ACC and GT7? No, it's not. It's not required.
Oh,
it's nice.
Ninja goes white. Golf gets the position, so Golf is P6 now.
P6. Golf enjoying the racing more than he enjoyed qualifying.
Yep, for sure.
Seems to really struggling qualifying. As Giggity seems to have lost touch of these guys as well, which sort of a no man's land with three and a half in front, 3.5 behind, really, in that Supra.
Yeah, and Jack as well. He's 1.5 seconds behind Smith now. Something must have happened that we didn't see.
Yep.
Drop that back a little bit. Golf is now under pressure from Ninja. Turn 1 Ninja making a move on the inside, and very well done. Not completed yet. So Golf has the inside line now, Ninja on the outside, and now the move is completed. He's able to get P7.
Very on Ninja, managing to keep the title line. And it looks like Golf's going to come back at him again. Oh, they're going very close, side by side, giving each other a lot of race room. Not quite sure if there's a little tap there, but it didn't. Nothing looks malicious at all. And they're just, again, this seems to be another Jack and Smith. They are just finding different lines on the track.
Yep.
I didn't know there was so many. Didn't know there were so many lines around Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm just finding out now too.
Yeah. I have to go give it a go myself.
Yeah, but Jack seems to have dropped down quite a bit now. Still 1.5 behind. Not making much ground now.
I think that's the thing. Like with Jack, he gets very comfortable where he is. He gets stuck in, and then I think he just starts to lose pace a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe that's probably frustration from some mistakes,
Yeah.
and he just gets angry. I think.
Happens to the best of us, and obviously these racing mediums, I'm not quite sure how long they'll really last, but it seems to me that the left-hand side of the BMW especially is struggling more on the left front as
Yeah.
Ninja dives into the pits. He's on the racing hards as well, so he's gonna halfway through this, just shy of halfway
Interesting.
through. We're going to
hadn't
see a
noticed
first
that.
pit stop. Yeah, he's on the hards, so he's electing to get rid of them pretty soon.
Lance at the moment, his front left and his rear left are at 30%, I believe.
Yeah, the
So
left-hand
he should
side is
stop
taking
soon.
an absolute battering around here.
It makes sense. You have long right-handers, and
Yep.
the weight of the car shifts to the left side. So
Yep. We're going to get into a science lesson on how the weight transfer of a car.
no, I promise I won't bother you with that.
I feel like you'd be more knowledgeable than me in that sort of area.
Not really. No.
No?
I waste my time sometimes learning about that stuff to understand how to set up a car, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't like to bother people with that kind of conversation. Just yesterday, I had this exact same conversation about tire pressures in the car, the weight transfer, and all that. But because I was trying to explain to him what I found so fascinating about racing, and yeah, it was a very long and tiresome conversation for him. At least I was very excited, but I felt like I was talking to myself.
Well, to be fair, well, I will give you some inside knowledge. I know that you did get some in the commentary box in the podium after, but going from the wet to dry, the track dried out in the ACC, but it didn't get warm. It stayed cold, so the tyre pressures were horrific. It was really bad. So, yeah, it was a challenging part of the race.
Yeah, and I suspected Lance is in the pits, by the way.
He is.
I suspected that because when Carl made his stop and he was able to get P1 because of that, then I saw him just increasing the gap and increasing. And at some point, I actually said to Ninja, maybe Philip just got the tire pressures wrong or something like that. And then he confirmed it to me that he had the tire pressures just a bit low.
Yep.
So it was hard to get the tires up to temperature, and it still wasn't optimal grip because of the track condition.
Yeah, and it was. I was using a lot of the road to try and scrub off a lot of the tire to gain temperature, and it just nothing. The track was freezing. So Yuki says he's going to put the logo on wherever he can and when he can. Do you know what? We like the sponsorship around here. No, it's just as Gibbo gets all out of shape there at the bottom of the hill. He dives down in a nice tight line as they then start climbing. Look, camber, the change in elevation this track is pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not as extreme as some of the tracks like Interlagos, but it's still pretty, it's nice and flowing up and down, isn't it? Oh, it's off the track there in the background's Mikey taking an extremely wide line in the background there.
Yeah, he was able to come back without incident.
Yeah.
And Jack and Will are gonna have to stop soon. And as I say that,
As Will dives
is
into the pits.
diving. Yeah, and Jack is still staying out. Interesting.
It seems to me that it's a bit easier on his tyres, and I think that Peugeot is a lot easier on its tyres.
Yeah, it's not a very heavy car, and is that car? Is it a front engine? It is a front engine, right?
I'm gonna say yes, but I would look with where that scoop's going. I'd say it's rear.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I would have to check. I don't remember.
I
was gonna dare and say it's a mid engine, but I don't think it is.
Let's see. As we'll stay on board with Jack, because obviously the overcut might work around here.
Yeah, and he has pace. He has some speed. Unfortunately, he was 2 seconds behind, so not sure if that's gonna have an influence. Because here in Gran Turismo, you don't have to slow down for the pit lane. You can just dive right through. So we'll have to see. He's now in the back straight. And let me check where Will is at the moment. Okay, Will is going through the S's now, so not sure how long a pit stop is here in Barcelona in GT3. We'll have to see. But Jack
So
now coming across the hairpin and final corner into the pit lane, I hope, because one more lap in these tires will probably kill him.
so it's saying that the Peugeot's a mid-engine.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
It's a MR, so it's mid-rear, right?
Oh, it is a mid-engine then. Yeah, yeah. MR is mid-engine, rear drive.
Rear drive, yeah.
Yeah.
As Jack's in the pit, so we'll jump on board with Will because it's going to be interesting where these two come out because there were sort of 3 seconds between them. It does look like Will's going to just comes round the last corner.
Yeah.
Jack
so
is
too.
moving in the pit lane, however, isn't he? Can you see?
No, he's stopping right now. Switching tires right now. So I think he lost the position, yeah. He's going to be way farther back than
Yeah, he is, yeah.
what he was before the pit stop.
So we've got Golf and Gibbo in for their pits as well, and I don't think that really worked out for Ninja either. He has managed to jump Golf and Gibbo, and I think give himself a bit of breathing room as well, but it's not where he wants to be as P4 really, is he? He should be more fighting with Jack.
Yeah, but it's 8 seconds behind, so not sure if that's gonna happen till the end of the race, because we have like 5 minutes left, and that's around 3-4 laps, maybe.
Yeah, Ninja's using them tyres like he definitely stole them. He's on the ragged edge of that Mercedes.
Yeah, but don't forget that Ninja is on the mediums, so that's
a lot faster.
Yeah, there's a difference there, so maybe we'll see. But he has to do like a second and a half per lap to even be in striking distance.
So he's got the gap down to 8.1. It was 7.6, just it is 7.6 again. So he is managing to gain time in a lot of the corners. It's creeping down, 7.5 now. So you never know. He might, by the end of the race, he's going to have to get a move on, really, isn't he? And he's going to have to watch that left-hand side of that car, because the front left tyre is pretty half worn already.
Yeah, I would say it lasts the 4 laps, but I think he's going to have trouble by last lap, probably.
Yeah, so his lap time's averaging quite a considerable amount faster than his hard tyres, about 4 seconds faster.
And he's down to 6.5 seconds from Jack, so we might actually see him challenge for 3rd place.
Yeah, so that Mercedes loving the medium tyres. I'm not quite sure if this is the closest battle on track. I think Golf and Gibbo come out of the pits pretty side by side here, to be fair.
Yeah, half a second separating them at the moment.
Yeah,
and
which
Golf is reducing the gap, so goes a little bit wide.
Surprising. I've driven that BMW before, and it is a handful.
Yeah, that's not the happiest car out there, is it? I'm not a fan of that BMW, to be honest.
No, I don't think this game it suits this game. It's a lot better in ACC.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just doesn't suit the game style.
Yeah, I don't know,
physics.
but Golf might prove us wrong and at least get this position, because it seems like he's getting closer and closer.
He is all over the back of Gibbo and that Porsche. That Porsche, obviously a well-rounded car. It's a bit of a wildfire in some places, but yeah, usually it's pretty stable. So that is the closest battle on track currently. Our Mike is just losing grip of Mitch and Giggity, and Ip and Craig are in sort of league of their own, really. With Fenton pulling out a 10.6 second lead from Will. I think you need to go back into GT7 V2 to show him how it's done. I mean, you can't be having somebody leading by 10 seconds. We're not having that.
No, but then, what if I come back and I lead by 10 seconds? Then we'll have another problem. I'm joking. That's probably not gonna happen, because Lance is a pretty quick guy, and I think that honestly he would win at the moment. So,
is that just due to the lack of practice that you've had?
Yeah, I haven't been practicing at all. I mean, you can pick it up pretty quickly, but yeah, I'm rusty. I need to practice a lot before coming back to. And Lance goes wide, oddly enough. And comes back on track. No worries.
He was saying that car is he picks up the half-second penalty as well, which I'm pretty sure is not going to do much harm whatsoever. But he was saying that car is like being on the edge all the time.
Yeah.
But when you nail it, it's satisfying.
Yeah, I haven't driven the Renault that much. It wasn't exactly the hottest pick ever. And it's an old car, so not much people using it. So not sure about the stats of the car in the game, but yeah, it's red.
As Jack is finding himself picking up the pace a little bit and catching up to Will, but still hunting down for P3. His Ninja is still dropping the tenths within 5 seconds now, but he's going to have to get a move on because it looks like this is pretty much going to be the last lap when they cross the line.
And Golf seems to have made a bit move on Mitch. Sorry, he's P6 at him.
Yep. Sorry, we missed that. Potentially a bit of rivalry between V2 and Lance. So this is where it all started, guys. Was Lance and V2's long rivalry in GT7? That's where it started.
I guess Yuki only started watching this season, maybe.
Back into last season.
Okay. Then he saw something.
Yeah, but
it's a healthy rivalry.
Yeah, definitely.
Ugh, I can't talk. Sorry.
It's been going on for a couple of seasons. Very good friends, very respected between the two of them, and pushed each other. Like Lance was saying, pushed each other, which is fantastic.
Yeah, fun times. I'm crying right now.
No,
Manly tear.
Gibbo and Golf and Mitch have completed the Grand Prix because the race because they got lapped with Mikey and Giggity to cross the line with Hip and Craig as well.
And Hip getting there's a little bit of contact, but Hip got the position from Giggity, and he is P9 when he crosses the line for the final lap. Very nice.
There's Craig will be the last one. There's a tyre squeal, a bit of sponsorship from E there on the background as well as that car, as we're just seeing Lance taking a trip on the old runoff strip as well.
Yeah, but he's fine. He's 13 seconds, almost 14 seconds up, second place. Okay,
Want to be
do a lot of mistakes.
Want to be keeping an eye on Jack and Will. I know that they are about 2 seconds covering the gaps. So that should be all right as we just watch Lance come around the last couple of corners. It's going to bring that Renault home to another 2-for-2 win tonight. It's coming down the last corner. Could not have asked for a better drive there, really. Is the old weaving as well as he takes the checkered flag and takes home another win. A couple of seconds back. 13.7 seconds was the lead. And Will is going to bring home his Mercedes for P2, closely followed and hunted down valiantly by Jack. Kept him on his toes, and Ninja sort of lost touch with these guys, but did hunt them down towards the end to take home P4.
The slides
at the end, as you do.
Very nice.
So congratulations there to our top runners and our midfield and bottom runners as well. Congratulations to everybody. We shall just hop back down into the podium room as we get ready to receive our top 3 guys. And they're all guys. In fact, turn that off. Move down. Join V2. We wait for Lance. V2, not sorry, Lance, Will, and Jack. I get so used to calling your name out that actually V2. I was waiting for you.
Sorry, what was that?
No, nothing. Just talking to myself. Well, we've got Lance in here, so we'll start off with Mr. P1 again. Congratulations on winning yet another what seemed to be an easy race again. You did have a bit of a charge where Will did obviously try and dive up the outside into turn 1, but you fought that one off pretty easily.
Yeah, no, I was conscious that he might have a tire advantage, and as that happened, he did. So I was making sure I had all my things covered there. But yeah, I just kind of pushed like the Clapper's first stint to make sure I had that gap if he happened to be on that quicker tire. But He did, but he just couldn't make the most of it by the looks of it. But I'm happy with my performance anyway.
It was another plain sailing race for you. So second now. Is that your third 2-for-2 race? You taking both races?
I think so. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I can take everyone as it comes, really. But yeah, no, happy with
it. You start to forget once you win a lot, right?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you know. You know all right, wouldn't you? No, it's yeah. I'm happy with my pace since the new physics has come along. I'm happy with it, really.
It seems to be something that's suiting you down to the bone, really, isn't it? It's really, you're really managing to hone in your consistency in the new physics.
Well, if I had been in the Corvette, I'm not too sure because there's been slight changes in the diff on the balance performance for most of the front engine rear drive cars. So I think the challenge of swapping to mid engine is a challenge for me, and I'm learning every race. But I think it is better in the long run getting away from the front engined rear drive cars with the new changes.
Well, like you were saying a couple of weeks ago, the Renault that you're using, you feel constantly on the edge, but on how satisfying it feels when you get it right.
Oh, so rewarding. Even today, there was a few times where I thought it was going all over, where it would step out. But it's so rewarding when you get a lap together that it just works, and you can use the way the car slides on to your advantage to rotate it a bit more. It's a nice car to drive.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations on your another win.
Thank you.
Thank you. Will, we'll go ahead to you. Congratulations on P2. You had a fantastic race out on the Swifts and yet another one here in the GR3s. I'm guessing the GR3 sort of suits you a bit more. You did try to give Lance a bit of a run for his money at the start, but sort of held off. And then you had Jack as well for company as well at the beginning, just before the pit stops. How was that one for you?
Yeah, I'd say I'm quite happy. First race, I'll just go through it. I think I was okay, but I think that on the braking on the first turn, I got on the grass and I slipped up, and I think that messed up my race. But I'm happy to get back up to P4. Just had to be patient and wait for overtaking opportunity against like Hip, for example. And then second race, I was pretty comfortable in seconds. Now, here's the thing. I said I was on hards. I was not. I was on mediums for the first part of the race, and then I pitted to hards. I think after hearing that, I think I've tricked Lance a little bit.
Ooh, playing a bit of bluff here, are we?
Yeah, I thought he was on the quicker tire. I mean, that kind of makes sense because there wasn't much of a charge on the second stint. But yeah, that's fair enough.
We're just gonna have to quickly say goodbye to B2. He has to jump. But thank you very much,
B2,
for. Thank you
I
very
didn't mean
much
to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Thank you very much for joining us, and enjoy your evening.
Bye, guys. Have fun. See ya.
Good luck on your football.
So well, giving Jack giving you the run for your money as well, just before the pit stops as well. It did look like you guys were pretty close, but after that you seemed to settle down. I know Jack had a couple of penalties as well. So yeah, a pretty solid race from yourself in P2.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. And congratulations. And Jack, it's fantastic to see you up in the podium. I have to say, thoroughly deserved. Unlucky with the Swifts. I got into a couple of incidents, but nice to see you picking up the P3 in the Group 3s.
Couple of penalties. I got back-to-back laps in the Swifts, sort of knocked me back. But yeah, no, it felt nice in the Group 3. I was just saying in chat, I didn't end up doing Group 3 last week. And it felt a little bit weird, like in the practice, coming from the Swifts to the Group 3. But it felt nice tonight. So,
Is it doing a lot for your confidence, getting you moving forward? Because I know that's something that you've struggled with in all the other disciplines. Is a bit of confidence is something that you needed?
I think it's sort of weird how it swung back round to Gran Turismo being my stronger game again recently. We've been having discussions with Lance whether or not to keep up with all 3 next season, just with time and stuff. But yeah, no, happy.
Good. Well, again, yeah, it's nice to see you, and congratulations on P3. Well, congratulations to all 3 of you, and onwards and upwards, I suppose. So, yeah. Thank you very much to all 3 of you. I'll see you very soon.
Thanks for the commentary.
No, thank you. Well, now my co-commentator has sort of left me behind. I guess I'll have to do the wrapping up of the stream myself. Thank you very much to all the drivers tonight. It's been a fantastic show. Obviously, don't forget tomorrow to tune in 7 o'clock British Summer Time for Canada on F1. Peace out, Yuki. And thank you for everybody in chat that's been chatting away, keeping us on our toes. Thank you very much to all our drivers. Yeah, and don't forget, if you want to keep an eye on what we're doing, when we're doing it, how we're doing it, do check out our website, simcade.co.uk, simcadeleague.co.uk. We have every piece of information that you need to know on there, so do check it out. And if you want to join our Discord, then the link is in there as well. Don't forget to like and follow the stream. It is very much appreciated, and it does help us out, so don't forget to do that, guys. And I guess the only thing I have to say is... tune in tomorrow for some F1 race, and everybody have a good night. And thank you very much. We'll see you very soon.